yourself right now?
So I actually, it's a disappointment that fans won't be able to enjoy the hustle and bustle of a Comic-Con, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a dent. A lot of our fans live online. They spend a lot of time online, and this is an opportunity for us to really go into their space, to be in their homes, to bring them content, not just over the course of the convention, but year round. So yeah, it's a challenge, but we're really looking forward to it.
Right. Now, many people, and so too am I. I'm looking forward to the live broadcast. Unfortunately, we cannot partake, being there. It just changes the whole dynamic, of the experience, as people want to interact. But we know that large gatherings will not be allowed. What can the public expect from this year's Comic Con? It's going to be different for you. How have you guys as a team? I mean, you've got marketing, you've got production, you've got sales. The whole shli, right? How have you all come together and put this onto a online platform? How is this going to work? Can you take us through some of your thoughts and some of your procedures?
Yeah, sure. So we're still in the early phases of planning, but we are intending to use a lot of not paid for services. We are actually sending a survey out at the moment to ask fans what they would like to see, because everything that we do is for the fans. So, if they show that there's an appetite for special rooms with exclusive paid content, or timed merchandise specials, then we will be able to provide that for them. But at the moment, we're mostly looking at live streaming across multiple platforms like IGTV and YouTube Live and Facebook Live as well. And we've actually structured our program around those at the moment.
Okay. Now, in that regard, the organizing perspective, right? What are your aims for this year, taking into consideration lack of, I'm sure, many sponsors, lack of many, pop-ups, whatever the case is. What is some of the aims this year, and the theme going to be for Comic Con 2020? Comic Con Africa,
Sure. So yeah, sure. So it really is, it's a whole different ball game. I mean, people are obviously not paying for tickets. It's difficult for exhibitors, but we are coming up with really innovative ways of including exhibitors, which is obviously one of the big parts of any Comic-Con, including them, be it interacting in their own private rooms with fans, or sharing timed specials and special rooms, helping them sell on our platforms. That's one thing we're doing. Yeah, and as a team, we've just really pulled together. I think, marketing, we're obviously going to take most of it online because everything is happening digitally. And we're still going to have the same A-list celebrities that we always have from film and series. I mean, for example, we've got Kevin Eastman, who is the co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's going to be really amazing. So yes, it will be different, but at the same time, it's going to be the same, because one of the largest parts of Comic-Con is also the content. It's the Q&As, it's the panels, and it's the access to celebs to ask them your own questions. We're not taking any of that away. We're still going to have all of that. And also, of course, fan meetups. Fans love meeting up with each other. They love, they may have each other last year at the other convention, because they've made friends over the internet or from convention to convention. So we'll still enable those kinds of meetups. And in fact, we had a quiz last night that we hosted on YouTube, and you answered on your phone. And it went on for over an hour, and we maintained everyone who was in the quiz for the full duration of that hour. So that was a lot of fun.
And I think what's important is, as you mentioned, content and coming up with different content. Now, coming up with different content isn't going to be an easy thing. I mean, nobody just wakes up and say, hey, I've got content that I'm going to share with the world. You have to have planning and a whole lot. I mean, we in the media space understand the importance of this type of, bringing together for content. Now, for those who are planning to attend the 2020 event, right, in person, many have spent some money in this regard. Some questions coming in. How will this affect maybe those who have maybe, I don't know, purchased tickets already, will they be getting refunded, or should they hold on to their tickets? What should people be doing? Because some people have been commenting saying, okay, I've bought tickets already, or I've pre-booked, whatever the case is, I'm not sure. But as they're saying, what would they have to do now in that regard for that?
So we did actually send our ticketing partner Howler sent an email out to all ticket holders on Tuesday it was, offering them a complete refund or the opportunity to roll over their tickets. So if people do want to refund their tickets, they can get a complete refund, including any service fees they may have paid to purchase those tickets. But if they do decide to roll over their ticket to 2021, they benefit from sort of a price freeze, because we do kind of have, you know, a small increase of like 10 Rand for the tickets every year. So we've actually had an overwhelming number of people rolling over their tickets. The number of refunds has been incredibly small.
Okay, now obviously you mentioned ticketing partner Howler has sent an email. So for those who've just tuned in, I'm chatting to CLAIR, right, who is the marketing manager for Comic-Con Africa. And if you'd like to interact, you can send your comments below as well. Some people were asking the question regarding ticketing, so I'm hoping that answers your question there in that regard. Now, the exact mechanics of how this online platform will work, as you mentioned, people are going to be streaming live via IGTV. But do you see, you know, this gaining a whole lot of momentum, and what are you going to use tactically to capture the audience? Because I'm sure it's going to be very difficult. I don't think anyone could have planned like for yourselves. Let's take, for example, the Rand Easter show, for example, that takes place at Nazareth every year. That got canned or postponed, rather, I think up until next year, until whenever the restrictions are going to be eased. What are you going to be changing around? I mean, for you as an individual, how are you going to handle in your capacity this type of scenario?
So I'm also the PR manager as well. So it's actually going to be great for me. And I think I'm going to get a lot of time, you know, chatting to people and bringing in interviews and stuff.
We'll definitely be chatting again. Eh? We're definitely going to be talking again.
Yeah. You know, I think we were maybe luckier than the Rand Easter show, because we did have a fair amount of warning that something like this could happen. So we have in the background simultaneous, sort of at the same time as planning the physical con, we've been thinking to ourselves, hang on, we need to get content ready because we need to know what people want to hear. So we've been brainstorming. We break Comic-Con up into a number of pillars. So there's cosplay and tabletop gaming, books and authors, film and series, and other creatives. And we had a committee for each of those pillars. So we've basically just been throwing out ideas, brainstorming like mad, and we've decided that these need to be interactive. So it can't necessarily just be content spoken at you. And we, you know, obviously we need to keep our our big celebs, which we have done. And leading up to that point, we're going to show people what we're getting, what we're going into. So by having this quiz, for example, on Thursday night, it was a taste of what was to come, and to almost help people understand where things were coming from when the con comes. They're educated, basically.
Now, in concluding, Claire, what platforms can people follow for now to stay in tune with Comic-Con Africa, and you know, just to keep them on their toes? I'm sure you're going to be doing a lot of that, keeping them on their toes, because many people are expecting a whole lot and they're looking in anticipation for it. We don't blame them. You know, times are hard right now. Where can they follow, and what can they expect?
So if you definitely follow our Facebook page, that's the hub of everything at Africa Comic Con. And then we are also on Instagram, and we are on YouTube. We're building up our YouTube quite big as well. We've got a Telegram group that people can find, which we share sort of breaking news on as well. So yeah, I think the main thing is if you get onto Facebook and see our updates there, that's where we kind of get the most news out.
Claire, right. Thank you so much once again for your time on Salam Media and Friday Night Live. We'll chat again closer towards the time for Comic Con, but this was just a brief teaser for the viewers and for those who have already got their tickets. Thank you once again, and we wish you and your team the very best. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Bye bye. That's Claire Wright, the marketing manager in PR. Comic Con Africa. Yes, it's 25 past 8 p.m. on the dot, right here in Johannesburg. And as I mentioned, we are coming to you live from our headquarters here, and to those in Durban as well. We welcome one and all. If you have just tuned in via the various platforms on 90.4 FM and 105.6. Right. So it's 10 years since the 2010 World Cup. Where were you 10 years ago? How was your FIFA World Cup? What were some of your memories in this regard? Send through your comments on 061 766 0355. It's 25 past 8. We're taking a quick ad break. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned. Keep it locked.